Come and jump in the ride, hop on the bus. We gon' slide, be outside when we pick you up. Take you to a place where you can open up your mind. Say what you gotta say, and nobody blinks an eye. You on the long bus, with short dogs, long bus, with short dogs, long bus, with short dogs. You on the long bus, with short dogs, long bus, with short dogs, long bus, with short dogs. At the bus stop and whatnot with some blunts in my lunchbox. Enough stock to last the whole show. Got a whole packed road. The place about to go, better keep your glass cold. I jump in, meet my other friends. Big respect, gotta show love to them. You wouldn't believe who the bumping in. Why you looking like that? You coming in? Anyway, this is Matt, that's Steve. What a rich Danny. There's Jason, there's Robin, that's the other Steve. This the whole damn team, the whole stampede. Welcome to the show. Go ahead and speak. Make yourself at home. Here, take a seat. Let your mind free. Hit a little tree. Take a little drink. Whatever you need. Whatever you need. Jump in the ride.
Yo, welcome to show 60. How we doing today? Yeah, show 60. All right, we're going to get the business out of the way real quick, and we'll do the introduction. So like, share, subscribe, follow. I don't know if that stuff works, but we're going to keep saying it.
It does.
Right. Shout out to Habits Glass and Goodies, our main sponsor here. They got 3 locations here in town, one on 101st and Maple, one over in the Florence neighborhood on North 30th, one on 84th and J. And then we've got the Thirst Trap Mobile, your mobile IV and Botox, all that fun stuff. They taking care of us here. So what we got today, we got me, Danny, we got Lito, and we got VenomStayDrippin.
What's cracking?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to turn you up just a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe let me hear you again.
What's up? Mic check, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
There it is. There you are. All right. Now, welcome to the show. We're gonna.
I'm here.
Yeah, all the way from Oklahoma City.
All the way from Oklahoma City.
All right.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah.
We getting old. Them trips, man.
Made that trip a while back.
What is that? 8 hours?
With stops, yeah. If we
Give or
push,
take.
it's like 6.5. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I try to push.
I got a baby
but...
bladder. I pee every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
I do too. My problem is I drink so much soda and water that
Yeah.
it's just whatever.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start off with the hard one. Where did you get VenomStayDrippin?
Where'd I get my name?
Yep.
Bro, this is the biggest question I ever get asked. So it's the dumbest shit. And I was 16. Well, I started rapping when I was 15, but I'm pretty sure I made the decision when I was 16 because so I have a lyric in an old song that I don't even remember. I probably never even recorded it, but I said something stupid like venom dripping like acid rain, and that's how it happened. I don't know. I just started going by VenomStayDrippin after that. My rap name before that was The Goddess, and I actually have a Letterman jacket from my high school. I was in band, so they were like, "Do you want a class ring?" I'm like, "Nah, fuck that. I want a fucking Letterman jacket. That shit is hard." So on my Letterman jacket, it says The Goddess on the back of it, and so if you have followed me since MySpace, you'll know that, but most people don't know that.
Right.
But that's where it came from, just some random stuff.
No.
Yeah, but I also love Venom, and Medusa, and so that also kind of played into it a little bit. Venom is like my favorite character ever. So
Yeah, Ghost Rider was mine.
I love Ghost Rider. That was a really good movie.
Yeah.
That was a really good movie. I mean, obviously it came from other stuff, but I think Nicolas Cage did a good job.
Yeah.
I think he did a good job.
Yep.
So how old are you guys?
I'm 32.
Okay.
32 as well.
All right. So I'm about 10 years older,
Mm-hmm.
roughly.
Hell yeah.
So not too far apart anyway.
No.
Yeah.
So are we music full time, or are we still working to support like everybody else?
Man, me and Lito be hustling, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it don't matter if we had enough money to do this full time. We would still probably have side hustles. Like, there's never enough money to be made. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
I mean, I do everything. So I work customer service full time for a company called Mood. Shout out to Mood. Use code Venom at checkout for 20% off your first order, or use code Marlin for 20% off your checkout for your first order. But so I do that during the day. I have like several side hustles. I paint, I bake, produce, engineer, all that stuff. So I mean, anytime there's a way to make money, I'm in there.
Huge shout out on your art.
Thank you.
It is amazing.
I appreciate
and
you.
it, hand painted, and Yep, I will get something down the road here.
Yeah, and like I said, if you want me to paint something custom for you to go in
Yeah.
here, just let me know. I got you. Like, just give me the ideas and I'll make it happen.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm
That's
excited.
what's
That's dope.
So what age did we start doing music?
What age did you start doing music?
Start doing music?
Yeah,
I've been writing since I was like 12.
yeah.
Okay.
I used to write little like I'm trying to holler at you notes. Some
Uh-huh.
ladies, little poems and shit.
Right.
Yeah, so I started writing at that age. But when I actually started doing music, I feel like music's always been a part of my life, but I didn't really actually try to start attempting that until I was probably about 19 or 20.
All right.
Yeah. I started with writing poems. I'm a big Edgar Allan Poe fan. Always love the spooky stuff. As you can tell, most of my paintings are,
Yeah.
spooky stuff. But so I started writing poetry when I was like 12. I always wanted to sing, but I was too scared to sing in front of people, and so I started writing poetry. And then I think I first wrote my first rap song when I was 15. Or yeah, I think it was 15 to a Gorilla Zoe beat, by the way.
All right.
Yeah, it was a mess. But so
Wait, which one?
you
Like
know which one?
The one?
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It is a good beat.
one.
But so I started rapping when I was 15. I used to clean my grandma's house for studio money. So like she would pay me $25 every time I cleaned her house. I'd go over there every Saturday. I wouldn't eat lunch. I would starve myself at school to like have enough money to go to the studio on the weekends.
Yeah.
And I put my first project out when I was a sophomore in high school. Absolute trash. Please don't go look at it. It's up on somewhere, but like don't. It's horrible. But so yeah, like, and then I just started implementing singing into my music because it helped me gain the confidence. Rapping helped me gain the confidence to be able to sing in front of people. So like initially, whenever I first started music, I wanted to be a singer. I didn't want to rap. But having social anxiety and things, like it made more sense for me to do that because it wasn't so vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was easier for me to just kind of like segue into it instead of just like starting off as a singer. But so
I think for me it would have been the rap would have been scary because like trying to catch a cadence or you know what I mean. But the singing, you have an amazing singing voice.
Thank
also.
you. I appreciate you, really. Thank you.
And being able to go back and forth between the two is dope.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like Chris Calico is one of my biggest influences when it comes to that. Whenever I found Tech's music, I love Tech. Don't get me wrong, Tech is my idol forever. But like when I heard Chris Calico, I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
His
like how are
vocals is
you
crazy.
like any genre? Like you can do anything. Like and it's not. He has his style. Don't get me wrong. He has his style, but like he's like a chameleon. You know what I'm saying? Like he can be versatile on any song, and that's what I wanted to do. And I finally got to meet him October of last year. And it was definitely like my inner child was healed. It was like, hell yeah. I was so excited about that. I was excited when I got to meet Tech too, but like to meet Chris Calico was definitely on my bucket list for sure.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, okay. Where do you think your love of music spawned from?
My mom. So she has a huge, like, she's very eclectic when it comes to her, music that she likes. I remember being a kid and she would clean the house on Saturdays and we would listen to everything from like Fleetwood Mac to Al Green to the Temptations, Aretha Franklin, like, so, and Elvis, like, you know what I'm saying? She just had so much different types of music that she would listen to. And I feel like from a very, very young age, like I've always been an empath, and I feel like that also played a part in it because whenever you really sit there and listen to music and feel what the emotion is behind it, like I always resonated with it, all that, you know what I mean? I always felt music in me, if that makes sense. Some kids listen to beats and stuff and dance around, but like I always felt deeper than that when I was a kid. And my dad recently told me, he was like, I knew you were going to be musical really early on. You know what I mean? And so I kind of remember, being a kid and just like dancing all the time. I used to win talent shows at school. Like music has always been in me. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it's the same for you too.
It was very similar. Very similar.
Yeah, because he dances as well. And I'll let him talk about it, but he's dope.
Bro, you got the energy for a dancer.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Yeah. I mean,
I wasn't expecting the energy that you popped off with last night.
That's my favorite thing is people don't expect it. And then
Mhm.
like I get kind of just like can get in my element and do my thing and like
Or you kind of creeped into it and then boom.
Yeah. It's like for like the dramatic effect.
You went
Everything's
from,
like
you went from one side of the stage back once and okay, I'm here, bitches.
And then
Yeah.
he was stalking his
Yeah.
prey.
I know. I walked in with the cheese. Like I said,
And you notice
Boom.
whenever he goes on stage, I move back a little bit because
Yeah.
I never know what
Yeah.
he's about to do. So I just always make sure I get out of the way so he can have a room.
yeah, no, yeah, it's the same. I remember like being in front of like the whole family and like trying to dance and everybody's loving it. But like my aunt's a dancer. Like she's like the director for like the Thunder dance team and drumline and all that.
Right.
And so like she was the reason I even fucking thought it was entertainment was like a possibility, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've always been a dancer. Always wrote. Like hip hop and music really just kind of stuck with me from the beginning. Little hood kid, so we like the graffiti, you know, just all
Yeah.
that bullshit. And so it just kind of it all led to this. So like it all makes sense now that now that I look back at it, I'm like, oh yeah, this was definitely where I was gonna be at. You know?
Yeah.
So it was one of those things.
I had friends and stuff that graffitied. I was always the chubby kid, so I stood back a ways so I could run faster.
Hey, smart man.
Yeah.
I wasn't the fastest, so I kind of something
Yeah,
similar. I'll do my thing, but then I'm also like being smart. I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and adjust myself. I'm already looking at ways out. I'm like, all right, that fence is broken right there. Cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. You know, I was the last person they chased because they were like, "We'll catch the chubby.
We'll
one."
get him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get him at the gas station picking up a Twinkie.
Yeah, we already know what he looks like.
Yep. So, writing your music, where are you taking your inspiration from?
Ooh. Everywhere. There's inspiration in everything, like experiences, people, other music. You know, there's never a limit to that for me. I feel like I pull inspiration from everything. I don't know. What do you do? Do you? Yeah, it's just everything.
From everything,
Yeah.
life, my own experiences, experiences of other people, shit I've seen growing up. You know, like I like to sometimes claim that I'm like along the lines of a storyteller with the lyricism, but more so like a storyteller is what I like strive to be.
Yeah.
Just because it's like I just want to get that message that help people gain that perspective.
Yeah.
And just really like build that understanding, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's just everything at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah, I feel like for me too, it's like if what I've gone through, if I can write about it and not necessarily like prevent you from going through it, but like help you understand that like it's okay. You know what I mean? Like nobody has to be perfect, but just like with love always be. You know what I mean? I always try to even whenever I'm rapping harder, I always try to like implement like affirmations in there. Like even if I'm talking about some like depressing or hard shit, like I always try to end it on a positive note or to, you know what I'm saying, give reassurance somewhere that like it's okay, you're not alone, things will get better. You know what I mean? Because I've struggled with depression my entire life, Anxiety and depression is basically what I've dealt with since I was a kid. Like I've been through a lot in my life. I've lost a lot of family members to overdoses. A lot of family members are addicted to alcohol. You know what I mean? I just, so a lot of my music comes from that. Just, you know, past experiences and kind of just wanting to let other people know that they're not alone, because I didn't necessarily have that, you know, aside from the music I listened to, I didn't really have a huge, you know, friend group or support system outside of my mom. You know, she broke that stigma. My grandparents were alcoholics and she chose not to be, to give me and my brother a better life. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's really where I get a lot of my stuff from.
You're, you know, I love that you promote the self-love in your music and things like that. That has been a big draw for me. And, you know, Drowning is one of my favorite songs of yours.
That's the one right there.
Man,
cool.
Like I feel like I feel like a million people can feel that. You know what I mean? It's
it's powerful.
I mean, and you know, there's a lot of songs like Take Jelly Roll, Save Me, for an instance. You know what I'm saying? Like he talks about his addiction, but there's not a lot of people who talk about loving somebody who struggles with an addiction. And so it's like, for me, you know, I advocate for those people because I may not have a problem with it, but I love so many people that do have a problem with it. And, you know, I'm not saying it's about me because, you know, ultimately it's about them and their struggles. But, you know, a lot of people don't talk about the struggles we face and the sacrifices we make trying to save other people. You know what I mean?
That's
so
very true.
And in the grand scheme, we all matter. So
Yes,
it's like,
absolutely.
I want you to
that's
feel like you
right.
matter. So
Right.
like, it just makes me feel better,
Exactly.
especially if I love you. You know, like it's just that connection.
Every single person matters.
Everyone.
Single
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you've done in your life. It doesn't matter.
No.
And you still deserve love. Yeah, you
Like,
still deserve love.
a huge part of starting this was, getting my buddies together and talking some mental health and raising our children and things like that. And it's, it became a therapy for all of us a little bit. And some of us are a little more hard headed and wouldn't look at things in a certain way, and, trying to open them up to that. And it's become a bunch of, 40-year-olds sitting around trying to, get better at life and be better for everybody.
That's one of my favorite things, though. Like Socratic discussion. We just all speak to each other with like no judgment involved, but like just ways so we can all benefit each other and make progress at the end of the day. So like, yeah, I definitely can understand it being therapeutic, because there's like, where else is it going to go if you're not letting it out and you're not trying to just make better,
And not only that, think about the influence you have on other men. You're giving them inspiration to want to speak up and talk about their mental health, because men don't get to talk about it.
And I've learned that talking about the things that we don't talk about, getting it out of you is better than just keeping it in.
For sure.
It was 7 or 8 years ago. I was in a dark place and I couldn't see my kids even. I was, it was so inside my head. And I obviously found my way out, and I still battle every day, but this was let's get the buddies together and let's talk about it. And, I've lost a ton of friends to drugs and to suicide. And it's like, a lot of us just don't know that we can talk or believe that we can talk. And that's, I try to post every week, let's take a minute and call your people. And because we've all got a friend that silently struggles, and you know what I mean?
And we don't know half the time.
Right.
Yeah.
We're so good at putting on that persona that we're okay.
Well,
Absolutely.
there's even now, there's things I want to like try to talk to my wife about, but can't. I'm just, I don't know why. I'll get there, but that's what, there was a whole show we did about why can't we talk to our women? Like, what is up with us, like, that we just can't communicate?
Right.
Interesting. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
For sure.
And I know a lot of it has to do with the way I was raised and like the role model I had. You know what I mean? But then now
Those are always going to be factors.
it's like, I want to, why can't I?
Right. But you know what? I'm proud of you for acknowledging that, though. You know what I mean?
That's the biggest step.
For somebody who has a big heart like me, like, or like a woman, you know what I mean? That's all we want from our men, is to just talk to us. However, I understand that, there could have been previous experiences, where either your mom didn't give you a safe space to talk about it, your dad didn't, or a previous partner didn't give you a safe space to talk about it. It's like, for people like me who want to help, support you in any way, it's like, I just need you to tell me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm proud of you for recognizing, like, why, and trying to question why you're not able to do this so you can fix it. You know what I mean?
I can see the ways that I'm an asshole, and am now trying to correct that.
Yeah.
So
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
I hear that, man.
But we don't see it as being an asshole.
No.
We see it as that's our job.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We're just like, our duty. This is what we're supposed to do. Right. We're supposed to be.
I'm a little bit older, so it was a little even.
It was more aggressive or more hardcore than like I like my dad, for example. Like, I try to talk. Like, I was blessed. I had a good homie. So like, I was like 19, 20, 21 going through my shit. My homie was just like, hey man, just fucking talk about it, dude. Like, let me know what's going on. So like, that was what helped me like realize, like, shit, I guess you're right.
Right.
But like my dad don't even, he don't even smile in photos. You know what I mean? Like he's just stern. And like, I feel like over the past few years of just like me trying to help him understand that like
what are you
it's
so
cool to
angry
feel,
about?
dude. Like,
what are you so angry about?
Let it out, But like, he's done a lot of work even before then too. And I think that if it wasn't for like the work he did do before then, we might not even have been able to bridge that gap, because like, he's just a good guy, at the end of the day. So I'm glad I had that as a role model. Not a lot of people got their dads,
Yeah.
But like, it's nice to be able to say we can help benefit each other now,
Yeah.
Just one of those things.
Me and my dad, we never really had a terrible relationship. We just didn't know how to communicate with each other. So, you know, my dad had to make a really tough decision. And when I was a kid, whenever my mom and him split up, he had to choose his career or me and my brother. And in order to take care of us, he had to do what he had to do. And I didn't understand that as a kid. You know what I mean? I just saw that my dad wasn't really around that often. And, you know, he felt guilty for it. And so we just kind of like didn't really have like a close relationship up until, you know, maybe 6 years ago. And he's gotten so soft in his old age. Oh my God. It's sweet though, because for me it was a healing experience. Me and him sat down and had a conversation, and he explained to me, you know, he did what he had to do and he was sorry, and you know, but he had to make sure that he could provide for us ultimately, you know what I mean? And so just hearing him apologize for that and take accountability, and allowing me a space to feel safe and comfortable enough to like get close to him, that really meant a lot to me. Because now we're cool as fuck. He got to meet my dad. My dad calls Dodo his fucking second son. It's hilarious, but
Man,
so
that's cool as fuck.
Yeah, no, he's cool as shit, and I'm glad that it worked out the way it did, because now I feel like I have like not only a dad but a friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that
that's
it worked
cool.
out a lot better than it could have,
That's
maybe.
cool.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. No, I had a surgery 2 years ago that like put me on the couch for 6 weeks, so I seen what I was missing at home
right.
because I was on the road in the truck all the time, and that's when I kind of figured out things needed to change, and that's kind of what started this journey. Well, what can I do to, you know, start the studio and people can record, and we'll see how we do on our own deal, you know, and
Right.
yeah, trying to find a way to be there more for them,
Mm-hmm.
because you know, and it has, they like get up and make their beds in the morning, like it's been great.
Good.
Nice.
And
That makes me
you know,
happy.
Mama needed the help at home, and I wasn't doing enough cleaning and whatnot, you know. But I was raised in the guys do it this way, girls do it this way, you know, and like we just, and it's not that.
Right. No, I get it. I mean, I totally understand, and I respect the old way of thinking. I mean, as long as it's like energy is reciprocated in some way, I feel like as long as there's a balance, that's all that matters. But I do understand the newer way of thinking, like, you know, doing more around the house, doing less, you know. I get it, the balance of things.
Well,
But
she was home with the kids though, like
Yeah.
stay at home mom with
Oh,
the kids,
yeah.
and then having to clean. And I was
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm home from work. Let me shower and go to bed because I got another, you know, 12 to 16 tomorrow,
Right.
and wasn't doing shit. So
Yeah. No, I get that.
but we're working on that now.
Good.
So yeah. How did y'all meet?
Oh man.
The internet.
Yep, the internet.
Fucking internet.
I
dude.
thought it was gonna be something like bingo parlor.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. We ran into each other at the Walmart line.
He was stealing chapstick.
Yeah, I was like, hey, don't say nothing. She was like, hey, give me one too. You know?
That's hilarious.
Nah, that'd have been great. We met through like our work, pretty much, like our music. So around that time, she had already been making buzz. I've been seeing her name around, so I was like, all right, she's dope as fuck. You know, enough said. Like that's all it was.
Right.
And I was expecting a son, and a contest came up, and I was in that midst of like I was expecting my son, and I'm like, I got to get serious about this shit if this is what I want to do, because otherwise I'm wasting my time on it, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And just kind of I jumped into this random ass local contest and fucking won a music video out of it. It got posted, and then like it was like within like the week or two, she posted a video also, you know, and they were basically in the same spot. So like she had her video in the same spot, had my video in the same spot, and like just people just started connecting us. Like, oh, have you seen that so and so dropped this in that same spot? Oh, have you seen so and so drop this over there? And it just we chatted online for like 5 messages and left it alone for like a year or something.
Yeah, it was something like that. And what was the song that you had you were live on Facebook one night, and it was still whenever you had really short locks and they were blonde, and it was the dancing song. Which one was it?
The dancing song.
Yes, it was one of your funky songs.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It was Starting to Fuzz.
Yes. So I caught you while you were playing that, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is dope. I was like, what? And so I messaged him, and then like I think Nima had the idea of us to collab together, or no, he reached out to you and gave you a beat. He reached out to me and gave me a beat, and we were like, okay, so why don't we just like feature each other on these songs?
Yeah, because we were already discussing it. Yeah, we were already discussing it.
And so that's when Coolin happened.
Yeah.
And then we've been like this ever since. Like that's my bestie, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love Lido.
No,
Yeah,
you can
big
tell.
facts.
You can tell. You
Let me get a
guys.
nut.
you
Let me
guys
get a
vibe.
nut.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't
Yeah, I
looking.
just wanted that nut.
No, you guys can. You can tell that you guys have that energy together.
Have
Yeah.
a connection.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we relate on a lot of things too, just like the way we see things, the way the things we've been through, you know, and so it all makes sense, to be honest. Like,
yeah, it does. I mean, and I'm gonna give him his props. I told him this yesterday. Like, I told him I was like, shout out to you for making me a better person. Like, you didn't even know that, but like when I met him, I was such an angry person. Like, I was so mad at everything all the time. And you know, we had conversations where he's just like, you know, if it's beyond your control, like you can't. He's just so spiritual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, being around him and kicking it with him, he rubbed off on me, and I just became softer, and I became less angry at everything, and like I just kind of realized like shit happens. It's not your fault. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? So, I mean, meeting him definitely made me a better person, and I'm very grateful for that.
That's what's up. That's
For
what's
sure.
up.
yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
those accolades
That
of the
is cool.
heart.
I didn't even realize. You know, she told me that yesterday, and I looked over at like as we were driving. She said that, and I was like, "For real?" Because like I was going through my own shit, but like I had to like, it's like I had to trick myself to like
Yeah.
not overstress what I couldn't control, you know.
Yeah.
And so like that's interesting that I'm glad it helped, if anything. you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you just talk about ego and like you know you can't have an ego and da 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 da. And I had a big fucking ego. Like you was talking about you heard listen to my old music.
Yeah.
Y'all could tell I had a 12-inch dick on that. But, so yeah, you know just the journey. Like whenever you start to want better for yourself and you start to, you know what I'm saying, walk in your purpose, I feel like everything aligns itself the way it's supposed to. And I feel like Lido came into my life when he was supposed to. My managers, Mike and Shannon, came into my life when they were supposed to. And then we have an extended friend, you know, group, the Nameless Collective. They joined in when they were supposed to. And I just feel like all the friends that I had before don't exist. And all the friends I have now are like what I prayed for. Like my prayers are being answered. My manifestations are coming into, you know, play finally because I did the work to be a better person. And so now everything that I deserve is finally coming to me and I'm not having to chase it anymore. You know what I mean?
Shout out, Be Well.
Shout out Project
Yeah.
Elo. And obviously then too, I was going to get into that, but I figured we would talk about that and, you know, because that's a whole different conversation. I'm going to have to fucking take a big deep breath before I start talking about them.
Yeah.
I love that.
We gotta. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna hit you with.
Yeah.
3 songs.
Mm-hmm.
If I was a brand new, never heard Venom,
Mm-hmm.
where would you guide me first 3? And then we'll jump over to you too, Lido.
Okay.
First 3 that I would make you listen to. Okay, probably Drowning, Love Always Be, and just for you know to sprinkle the stink on it, I would definitely say that shit I put on DJ Doc's mixtape. That shit is fire as fuck.
That's a good one for
Shout
sure.
out
Absolutely.
DJ Doc. And then how about you?
All right, it doesn't have to be a solo, right? Because I genuinely feel like Ammo.
Yeah.
Ammo's one of them for sure. I would say Slide Through.
Oh yeah, that one's good too.
Just because I think I was really like showing my ass on that one.
Yes.
And then I think would be a newer one that just came out on my recent project, Paradox EP. Go pull that up everywhere. But Shaky Waters.
Shaky Waters is crazy.
Yeah, Shaky
Y'all have
Waters.
to hear that. It's so good.
Yeah,
I
that
don't think
one's.
I've heard that, so I'll check that out.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, it's a good one. Venom, Stay Drippin', produced that shit.
Oh,
I was there in the room with her. Like I kind of like that one, but that's about it. She was doing her thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It came out super nice, and like the feedback I've gotten from it since it's been out, I'm just like, I knew it was the one, but I didn't really realize it was the one. You know?
Yeah.
So, but I think it just shows like another side of me.
Yeah.
You know? So
It
I'll
does,
say
and
those
the
3.
lyricism in it is fucking crazy. Like, he's so capable of everything, but whenever I first heard that, I was like, what are you even fucking saying? Like, these are big words. But, no, I mean, like, whenever you take it and you read it, it's all in context. It all makes sense. It's like, okay, you're very fucking talented. Like, holy shit. Very poetic. It's very good. It's very well written. The hook is amazing. Like, he did a great job on it.
Nice. Have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So we've worked. This can be artists, producers, you know, anything in the music here. 3 dope artists or producers, whatever that you have worked with, and then 3 that you would like to work with down the road.
You go first.
Man, I've worked with a couple cool artists. I think I'm just more grateful for I would say like VenomStayDrippin, of course. Uh, I would say my boy Nima T, because he's the reason why I got that little music video. He was the one that recorded it, you know. He's also a big reason why me and Venom were able to like solidify our connection. And then I would say, man, my cousin Decker, yeah, young Decker. That's it's funny how me and him met. We both started at Sprint at the same day. We just made the same joke at the same time. We're like, oh, okay, that's gonna be my homie, And we were just chopping it up, and he just asked me out the gate, like, do you do music? And I'm like, yeah, what of it, And we ended up, long story short, we ended up making a music video, dropping it. He's from Dallas. He's not even like he's born in Dallas, lived in Dallas, but I guess he used to come to Oklahoma. We dropped the music video, released it, and then found out through one of my cousins that we were cousins. So we were like, "What the fuck?"
Right.
And like, but he like she's talking about
best friends.
but she's talking about starting to fuss, and like me and him are the two on that song, and like it's like a funky joint, bro. It's like some straight out the '80s, Like so, it's one of those. I don't know. It all to me, I guess, is like those are like the most important collaborations I've had,
Yeah.
Now, who I would like to collaborate with. Is this like Dead or Alive or like anybody?
Bro, yeah.
I just wish there's some people out there.
No,
Wish.
you could.
But I would like to. I like to collaborate with like Ski Mask, Slump God. I fuck with Ski Mask. And I'm going for a live right now because we ain't dreaming that far. I'd say like Tech 9 would be a dope ass fucking dream come true. I ain't gonna lie, that would be sick as fuck. And then shout out King ISO, like he go hard, and like I love the way he speaks, and I've heard the way he talks, and like it truly resonates with me, just like that. It's like just trying to get that understanding on like the grand scheme, So like I just like that. So like that's definitely been an artist I'd love to make music with. That he can sing dope as fuck, so I'm like, bro, do the hood.
Dude's got a beautiful view on life. I mean,
he does.
I was like, oh, I made some mistakes as a dad, and and he's like, no, man, you didn't make some mistakes. Nobody knows what we're doing. I mean, just I feel like I wish I had some of that more inside of me naturally that I could,
Yeah,
I could sure use some of that.
It's all learned. You'll get it.
Yep.
I'm a slow learner.
We all got our own pace.
What is time? Time is not real, so it's fine. So for me, 3 that I've worked with, that's a lot, man. And so I can say producers or artists.
Yep.
Okay, obviously King ISO. I'm gonna put him first. I'm pretty sure like my shit is the same as everybody's. He means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's definitely helped me along the way, in many in person and through his music. But so King ISO, Taebo the Truth, my big bro. I love him so much. And Lido. I mean, because I feel like I knew who I was before I met Lido as far as my music goes, but I feel like I stepped out of my comfort zone with him. And so I feel like those are my top 3 for sure.
You got your extra strength. You got what you were missing, that little click.
Yeah, and I'm sure y'all could tell last night before he got up there, I was like, yeah, this is fun. But then when he got up there, I'm like, okay, I'm good.
I like it when you told the crowd, don't let me see you sing.
I have to block them out because they always messes me up. If I hear or see anybody singing my songs, I freeze because I'm like, what? You know the words to this shit? What the fuck? So, but yeah. And then 3 I want to work with Chris Calico, which I have a song with Chris Calico, but it's not Chris Calico's song. So the homie Mumbles has a song with Chris Calico. And I sing the hook on it, so that's fire. So it was like a little dream come true. But I want my own feature. With Chris
there you go. There you go.
And Tech 9. Did I already say that?
No.
Okay, so Chris Calico, Tech 9, and then who's another one that I really want to work with? Ooh, give me a minute. There's so many, and I gotta figure out my top 3. Okay.
Joey Cool's got an ill flow.
I love Joey Cool. Yes, absolutely. I love Joey Cool. There's somebody, it's a girl, and I can't remember who I was gonna say now. Shit.
You're our first female artist in here.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Most important one.
Shut up.
Well,
Don't make me pick a third one because I don't know.
You're good.
We've been looking forward to this show
Yeah.
for a while.
To be honest,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of female rappers
Mhm.
that I'm like. They try. I feel like they try to be too tough,
Yeah.
Sometimes.
and like I'm not
see
trying to
that.
hear the necessary like talk to me. Don't try to be tough with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's I
Mhm.
don't know. So that's there are very few female artists I like. Yeah, but I got you.
Yeah,
I got
you-
you.
yeah. For
Thank
sure.
you.
Definitely my favorite for sure.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I feel like I love all artists. I love female artists, but I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like when you try too hard, when I was a kid, I used to do that. I never wanted to be tough like that. I just didn't have a safe space to feel soft. You know what I mean? So it just kind of happened the way it happened. But I do get what you're saying whenever you go over the top and, it's just too much.
Well, and there's
Almost seems fabricated sometimes.
there's some male rappers that try to
Oh,
you
yeah.
Same thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. There's just not a lot of female rappers that I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
Like-
yeah.
hey, yeah. So now, how did you link up with King ISO?
Wow, that's a great question. So, okay, I found out about ISO probably like 2011, 2012, Brain Sick era.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt. Venom, you're driving.
Thanks for volunteering me. I appreciate it.
I love you too.
I
That's
mean, it's a
hilarious.
pretty good whiskey.
It
Um,
is. It's delicious.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry to
smooth.
interrupt.
No,
This is
you're
so
fine.
good.
It's
You're
super
fine.
smooth.
It's
It
okay.
creeps on you.
What was I saying? Oh, ISO.
Yeah.
So I heard about him in like 2011, 2012. I added him on Facebook just to follow his journey. You know what I mean? And then like 2014, I woke up, got to work, logged into Facebook, and it said he posted on my timeline on Facebook, and I was like, what the fuck? And I thought maybe I was gonna get tagged with a whole bunch of other people, like him posting a song. No, it said, "You go hard," hashtag ISO said it. And I was like, what?
Right.
I never shared my music to him, never posted anything like on his page, none of that shit. And I'm like, how the fuck did he find out about me? I have no idea. I was like panicking. I was like, this is not real. What is happening? Like, because he was like one of my favorite artists at that point. I heard Twisted Thoughts and Dreamin' and shit like that. And I'm like, bruh, this dude can really fucking rap. Like, I hadn't been that floored with an artist in a really long time. But so he found my music on YouTube, is what he tells me. He found my music on YouTube. He was he's trying to find female artists. And, to this day, like, he still tells me, like, no other female artist has made me feel the way you make me feel when I listen to your music. And, like, that's the biggest, like, compliment to me.
I get that. And
Yeah.
That's what I was telling you last night. I'm like, as far as I'm concerned, you're the queen.
I really appreciate that.
And I'm older.
Yeah.
I'm 56.
Mm-hmm.
So I dig that. I love it.
Thank you.
And Lito, bro, you guys fit perfectly together, man. It just it's sick.
Thank
It's
you.
just fucking sick.
Thank you. That means a lot, for real.
Fuck yeah. Thank you for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm with you on that though. For sure. For sure.
Thank
Like,
you.
come on now, bro. Who can do that? Like who out here singing and
Well,
rapping
I mean,
and killing it? And then like you got
Yeah.
people with the waterworks. I'm like,
And producing.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
producing.
Getting
Hey,
it
yeah,
all in.
Yeah. Being a female artist, I had to learn how to do everything on my own at an early age because, I was 15, 16 in studios, and thankfully the engineers never were weird, but other artists that were in the room while I was trying to record would make me feel very uncomfortable, and I was sexualized at a very young age. Gratefully and thankfully, nothing bad ever happened to me outside of just being uncomfortable, but I had to step back and realize, like, this isn't a safe space for me. I can't think about what I really want to do. I can't open up and do what I really want to do. So that's whenever I taught myself how to do a lot of stuff. Right. And Marco Parks, he taught me how to produce. He taught me how to, like, mix better. I had what I had, and I'd watch YouTube videos, but he actually sat down and, like, took the time to help me, really understand how to do things. And so I really always try to give him his flowers on that, because he was patient with me, and I would just sit there and watch him do it, for hours, just to make sure that I could, you know,
Right. And
be
he wasn't like,
self-sufficient.
scoot over here closer.
Yeah. Well, me and Marco have a history, but yeah, I love him forever. But yeah, so thankfully, you know, I was able to learn these things and be able to be self-sufficient, and in that it helped me, you know, find my style and find my versatility and try new things. And I think that, you know, that's really important. You know, Lito, he's so experimental with his stuff. Like he'll do anything. You know what I mean? If he thinks he can make it sound dope, he'll make it sound dope. And, you know, he's kind of helped me step out of my comfort zone too. Cause, you know, he was like, we should do pop songs. We should do this. We should do that. And I'm like, bet. And I just did a song with my homegirl Desi. Very poppy, like super poppy. If you haven't heard it, it's called Momentum. It's coming out soon. If it hasn't come out already, I apologize if I mess this up, Desi. I love you. But you know, just why put yourself in a box? You can be anything. Look at Jelly Roll, like selling dope. Now he's a fucking country star. This shit's crazy. Yeah. So
see, it's amazing to me that at 15, 16, you're in the studio. Like I didn't have no motivation to be any kind of cool then. Like and I didn't have I had the self confidence to like do it either. You know
I didn't have any confidence at all. Like I just.
It's crazy to me that you were in there doing it at that age. I mean, I was 40 before I decided I was going to do some shit for myself and try to, you know.
Yeah.
So, but it's, you know, finding that all the shit Dad told me, you know, you're too dumb and all this shit, you know, it shouldn't have been listened to because it stuck with me.
Right.
Know? Yeah. The words.
Yeah.
So, and it's, you know what, now it's, I have been holding myself back too long. You know what I mean? And I'm going to make sure my kids aren't holding themselves back. And I would like to have aspirations of doing some music production and some things like that. We've talked about putting a vocal booth in the closet and things like that. And streams is coming. I've got the foam and stuff like that. It's just, we'll get there.
I mean,
man, you better turn on a beat and rap right here.
You don't even need that. You got this right here.
I don't have like dreams of necessarily rapping, but I do enjoy the beat and like the music.
No, I definitely get you.
You want me to give you the easiest way to start making beats? Download Splice. That's what I always tell people. It's like $10 a month. Granted, don't expect to go very far with these, okay?
No,
everybody uses the shit. So but to start, all you need to do is go on there, find a melody, then find a kick, find the 808, find a snare, whatever. And you can either do a loop or a one shot. So like once you get the hang of it, you can kind of start freestyling and doing a little bit better. But all you need to know is the BPM and the key. Yeah. And you can make anything.
It truly helps get a grasp of how to go about it, you know. And then once you've heard enough, like you're already naturally learning by messing with it. So like once you've started to like understand that more, it almost seems like everything else just kind of comes with it. Now you're like chopping a sample.
It helps with
that. It's crazy how it goes. But like I just remember like my first couple beats that I was ever trying to make. It was probably like 2 years ago when I was telling her, I was like, I need to start making my own beats. I just don't know where the fuck to start, you know? Yeah. And I would try back in the day because I had like a whole like AKG or whatever, you know, or MPK, whatever the fuck. So I would try, but bro, I couldn't do shit. Like I could dance for days, but like when it came down to like trying to tell my fingers to do exactly what I wanted them to do, like I just couldn't figure it out, you know? And it's just like over the course of just consistently doing it, like it's become easier and easier now. And now I'm over here. Splice, bro. Splice. It helps you get a good grasp of it.
Yeah, no, I'll check that out.
Yeah, and FL, man, like, just get FL. You don't need nothing crazy. If you use Mac, you know, Logic will work. Logic is dope. I'm learning it. I don't know shit about it, but I'm trying.
I think FL was the one that I have downloaded. I just have to pay for it.
Oh, yeah. I'll give you my login. You ain't got to pay for shit. I got the producer edition, $500.
That's what I was saving up for. Was that exact?
No, I'll give you my login.
That's hell yeah.
I was going to say, I got to log in too.
Right.
Like,
remind me to get a hug.
Hey, but you know what? We're in this shit together.
Exactly.
And think about it. Like, the collective, like, man, maybe I shouldn't say this because they're going to be Netflix. But what we do is, like, if we put in, you know what I'm saying, and there's not a limitation on the logins, fuck that. We all sharing that shit because we all got stuff to do. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah, you said like Netflix. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Like if you're not within a 2 foot
house.
radius, yeah.
Man, I
got
travel.
12 TVs hooked up.
Yeah, even my
Yeah.
Hulu's
I got
like
3
it
homes,
says you're
what you
not
mean?
at home, and I'm like, you suck, dude.
Like, yeah.
I pay $140 a month for all these packages. And I can't watch it at Danny's.
Right. Isn't that trash?
Right.
That's so stupid.
Yep. But what else we got here? So, new music coming up. We got shows coming up.
We have a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, I literally just dropped a song last night at midnight.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just threw it out there. I was like, fuck it. I finished it a year ago and I haven't done anything different. I was like, I don't know why I'm still sitting on it. Just throw it out there, you know?
Yeah.
So I dropped one last night. It's like more on the side of like glitchcore type music. So it's like it's completely experimental as fuck. But
So here's a question for an outsider. Is it easier to release? Do you get a better response on like a single or going with a whole album?
I think it varies. How good's the song? How good's the project?
That's
Yeah.
true.
It varies.
Shit, this
Yeah.
Travis O'Glenn, I think they went on 100,000 views in 24 hours.
As
and
they
some
should.
change,
That's
man.
crazy.
As they should.
Shout out to
Oh,
ISO and
yeah.
Yeah.
Be well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, but you know what's
I was
crazy?
watching that last night.
Going back to ISO, like, I was there when he was performing in front of 14 people, okay? 14 people. And 12 of them were probably not paying attention to him, and they're stupid for that. You know what I mean? And then you see that he's like, Red Rocks, fucking like big ass shit, and everybody knows the words to his shit.
Yeah.
And it's like the best revenge for me, even though it's not me. I'm like, I can fucking do that.
Right.
You feel me? So it's like,
Right.
shout out to him because he's the one who made me know and believe that my dreams could come true if I worked hard at it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
watching that was dope as fuck. Like, I get chills every time I talk about it because I just remember, like, I brought him this big ass platter of fucking sweets, right? And the first time I met him was at the fucking mall tour with Brain Sick. But I'm just like, I brought him this huge platter of like cheesecake and cookies and shit because I'm just like,
damn.
you're my favorite rapper. But like, he spotted me before I spotted him. I came outside and he goes, "What's up, Venom?" I'm like,
He
like,
knows
"What's up?"
me.
yeah, like just super fangirl moment, but like, man, he deserves everything that he's getting. You know what I mean? He deserves that, and to watch him be like, since the older, you know, generation of strange music, to watch him be like that guy and like be able to pull that much. Like, don't get me wrong, the other artists on strange music are just as dope, but it just feels to me like Tech Nine, ISO is just special. You know what I mean? He's just special because he's like this generation's Tech Nine. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, Tech is passing the torch to him. You know what I mean? And rightfully so. Like, I feel like nobody else could fit that. Nobody else could take that.
That's a big
throne.
position to fill, right?
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
huge because I'm from Missouri.
Yeah.
Tech, like I knew Tech, like way back in the day.
Yeah.
Just crazy, you know. Different shit that nobody else ever did.
Right.
I was
he's ahead of his time.
I was super late to the King ISO game.
Were you?
It was like November 2 years ago or something that I went to a Hollywood Undead Tech Nine show here.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Omaha.
Oh, he
We
was
were
there.
there.
Yeah, we were
That's
there.
crazy.
And yeah, that was my buddy had VIP passes and somebody canceled on him, and I was like, he's like, "You want to go?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go." Tech's cool. I didn't even know who ISO was at this point.
Mhm.
I shake his hand and I got the picture, and my boy Fonzo, who sits on the show every now and then, they know each other from like back in the old battle rap days here in Omaha.
He was cold at it too.
So, you know, he was my buddy Fonzo was like, you know, tell ISO I said what's up, and you know, like the smile on his face. It was kind of a cool thing to see. But as soon as ISO came out on stage and started singing about mental health, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Like, where has this been? Like, I was instantly hooked. And you know, we were just kind of getting started in this, or we were a couple months away from like actually starting to set up, and I was like, that dude is a goal interview.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and he's so smart. Like, he can talk about anything. It's just dope as fuck. Like, he's
super intelligent.
Yeah, and he's thirsty for knowledge.
Yes.
Like, there's never enough in his brain. Like, he always wants to learn.
He's got a different type of intelligence, though.
Yes.
It's like he sees stuff in everyone.
Yeah, this isn't his first time on Earth, for sure.
No.
Like, he's been here before.
Right.
For
Right,
sure. Yeah.
He's a
So,
different soul.
He is. Absolutely.
Yep, great dude. So, do we have any big shows coming up here? Is the group therapy tour coming through where you're going to be at? You got any action in that?
Nice,
Yep. So
nice.
in Tulsa, we'll be there on May 15th.
Yeah.
Yep. And then more to come. I
Nice,
can't
cool.
announce it yet because
You're
I don't
cool.
know for sure, but
Okay.
there will be more
Okay.
shows.
You're cool.
But yeah, so it'll be dope. Do you have any other shows besides that right now?
I got some focuses in mind, so I'm not doing a lot. More so just kind of like whatever you got going on, I'm with the mix. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I just life's getting serious, so I'm like, I need to kind of just.
He
make
has a
sure.
girlfriend, guys.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, girlfriend. Shout out my baby girl Viviana. I love her.
Yeah, no, I'm so happy for him. It's so funny because I have a boyfriend now, and it's just like, when did this happen? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's just funny. It happened. Yeah, well, y'all have been together.
We had
longer.
we had like our like subtle history leading into like us becoming a thing for sure.
Yeah.
I still feel as though it slightly just kind of came out of nowhere too, though, in its own ways.
Yeah.
And so like whenever I saw you started like kind of doing your thing, I was like, that was more shocking to me. I was like, damn, that.
Yeah, Venom don't
like,
have boyfriends.
my situation was shocking to me, but Venom's situation was like even more shocking. I'm like, what? Okay, cool. Like,
Yeah.
all right, look at us getting all booed up. Like,
So
we deserve it. We
Yeah.
deserve it.
Yeah,
You know?
so, but with that though, it's like, you got to invest in your people, and so it's like we haven't really like seen each other much or done anything much because we've been
Just kind of living
lovey-dovey
right
with our people. But
Yeah.
it's just like shit, whatever makes us happy, I'm excited about it because you never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I just
more
trying
music to
I
come
kinda-
from
yeah,
that. You know what I mean?
we're gonna figure some stuff out regardless. I think it's like one of those things where I just needed to reavert my focuses to like I'm like, all right, let me just get some shirts made. Let me start doing some stickers. Let me start being like, let me make my online presence a little more prominent. You know,
Promoting yourself.
yeah, because like last year I funded a tour of my own, you know what I mean? I did a lot of shows. Me and Venom did a lot of shows together. Like, I was, like, on the road a good chunk of the year.
Yeah.
Pretty much every other week at a time, like, just doing something different. And so, like, I made that move already. It satisfied myself to say I did that.
Yep.
So now I'm like, that's cool. But I just know the way the internet works and stuff. There's so many other ways to get yourself known out there rather than just hitting the road. Like, I love that aspect of it because then you can, like, see me. Right, like we met each other like through this path of me just coming out, you know, or us coming out. So it's like those have its importances as well. But like right now, I'm just trying to see how can I capitalize on the internet to a point where I don't have to move around so much.
Right.
You were talking about you're over here, you're on the road all the time.
Yeah.
You got to see what's going on with the family in there. Like I'm the oldest of 8. You know what I mean? Like my mom's a single mom in her own right, and like my dad's doing his own thing, and like I have like a huge responsibility, and I'm first generation. Like I'm not even like my parents aren't from here, so like I have like a different set of standards on my shoulders than some people could like probably just like they just can live carefree. I'm like I got to do this, I got to do that.
Yeah.
So like right now in my mindset, I'm like all right, I have like 2 main focuses. I'm like I'm trying to buy a house, and I'm just trying to solidify myself like on the and then like let's just see what the fuck I can do from there, you know? Because I still got my hustles regardless. Like I bartend on my days. I have my days where I bartend, you know, that helps me runs it up, and it's flexible, so I'm able to like pop out over here instead of being over there every weekend or every whatever day I need to be there. Yeah. I got my side hustles. I got my merch. I got like marijuana is a big thing in Oklahoma. Like I got that going on. Like I got like a strain coming out at some point here soon. Like we're doing the pheno hunting and everything for it. Like it's just a bunch happening.
Like your own like named strain.
Yeah.
Like we gotta have the little.
It's gonna be Zenpai.
Hey, okay.
Right. So Senpai, but with a Z, right? Zenpai.
All right.
Yeah. And my breeder Poppy. Shouts out Poppy Flower. Pull him up. He's amazing. He's from Manchester. Like
okay.
The accent be killing me.
The
bro.
accent be killing me.
It's, like
he said, we gotta drop off these pots. I said a box. He said a pot. And I said, a box? He said pox.
He sound like something straight out of a movie. For real. Like his accent is fire as fuck.
It's the funniest shit because then he'll like change his accent to like an American accent. He goes, Pack. And I'm like, oh shit. You're talking about this weed. Like, fuck, okay, I get it now. My bad, bro. I'm confused as fuck.
Have him do like an intro for one of your, one of your songs or something.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm glad you said that because I was talking to him recently about doing something for the strain. We're doing we're ideas of like string song, like collaboration, like on the packaging you get like access to my shit from there. Every eighth I sell goes to this, and we have a lot of things we're brainstorming on right now. So it's like I'm gonna have to bring that up to him. Like, hey, bro, I need you in the mix in the beginning.
Give me that badass English accent is like a sales.
Here's the coolest shit though. Like the area he grew up in is like
right.
The area he grew up in was like where a lot of the Jamaicans moved to around his when he was growing up. So like he has like a Jamaican like vibe to it also. So he's like, "Why go on fun?" Da da da, and he just starts going. I'm like, this guy is legit. He's a fucking legend, and he don't even. He gotta know it by now. But it's crazy.
Yeah, have him do it. The finest plants in Oklahoma with his accent.
Type shit.
Yeah. He likes some beaten bass shit.
Yeah.
I love those dudes.
Dude, that's funny as fuck. I love that.
So before we finish up here, socials, where can everybody find you? YouTube's, is it all? I know yours is easy with the VenomStayDrippin. It's easy to find. It is. That.
And I want everybody to know, I've said this for 10 years. There's no spaces in VenomStayDrippin, bro.
No spaces. It's all one word.
One word. One word. That's it. And you'll find me so much faster. Well, I can't. Yeah, because you're putting spaces in between it. Stop doing that.
Yeah. I feel like we'd be kind of giving them a hard time about that, though. Like, not giving them a hard time in the sense of, like, get it right, but giving them a hard time in the sense of, like, expecting them to just automatically know. Like, my name's Lito Senpai, right?
Yeah.
Like, tell me you knew how to spell that immediately. You know what I mean? Like, you second guessed it, you know?
I found you with just the Lido, so I got lucky.
That's cool.
But if you can say XXX Tentacion, you can say VenomStayDrippin.
And that's how I feel
Lido
too.
Senpai.
That's how I feel too. Like, if you can, like, spell some of these crazy ass names.
Bro,
yeah.
I can't spell nothing, man.
I'm
Googling. Like I said, long bus, short thoughts. Like I just made the cut for the long bus.
Bro. And dyslexia is crazy, man. I'll have you walking into a woman's restroom if it don't have the logo.
There's times I've walked in and been like, "There's no urinals. I'm back."
Right.
Giveaway. That's a giveaway for sure.
Yeah. And before we end, I want to just say shout out Project Be Well, shout out Nice Enough ENT, shout out Justin Strawstone, shout out DJ Doc, shout out everybody, bro. I feel like I didn't get to really talk about Project Be Well, but I love all of you, and you know that.
Well, hang on a second. Where were you when you found out when ISO said your Project Be Well?
Okay, well, I can show you.
All right.
So I have the text message.
I got the receipts.
I got it all right here.
I mean, he laid that out here on the show, and and that was really cool. Yeah, I think he even said, I don't even know that she really knows this yet.
Yeah, no, he did. So January 4th.
Yeah.
He hit me up and he said, you got a Be Well jersey waiting on you. What do you think? Long overdue. I said, been waiting on you. And so that's how it happened. And I'm very grateful. You know what I mean?
Wasn't it January 3rd?
I think it was the 5th.
Was it the 5th?
Yeah, so they had just called me because they both called me and he was like, hey sis. I was like, what's up? He was like, hold on. And then he hit the 3-way button. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And so, they talked to me about it and ISO was like, yeah, my girl keeps telling me I should make you Project Be Well. He was like, I'm listening to her. Bo keeps saying it. We need to make it happen. And I'm like, yeah, hello. Hey, love you. Absolutely. Like I was in the middle of doing my makeup and I'm crying and I'm like, fuck, look, I have to film these reels today and I'm not going to be able to get through this shit. I'm having a panic attack. Like, I'm just so excited. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful for the opportunity because like I said, like, they're like family to me. Everybody on Project Be Well is like family to me. Me and Cash, she's like my brother, Taebo, he's put me in some really dope positions. ISO's put me in some really dope positions. Like if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have got to meet Tech. Tech wouldn't follow me on Instagram. I wouldn't have the opportunities that I have because of that. You know what I mean? So I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity and I'm going to, make Project Be Well very proud.
I see a lot more opportunities coming.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about that for sure. But I think my favorite part about it is I just get to be around my people.
Yeah. So when somebody like Tech started following you on Instagram, did you screenshot that?
I did. I have a million screenshots. Yeah.
Yo,
I screenshot it too.
Yeah.
I'm asking 'cause when ISO
Whoa.
started following me, I was
Uh-huh.
like, oh, like screenshot
Right,
that
yeah,
Houston
yeah.
Alexander
Taebo,
old MMA
yeah.
fighter.
Yeah.
When they started following, I was like, oh, I was screenshot this.
Yeah, no, same with X-Rated. When he followed me on everything, I'm like, screenshot, because he doesn't know that I was listening to Macaframa on the way home from school when I was fucking 16 on my iPod. Like, he doesn't know that, but he, like, you know, always goes out of his way to tell me how dope I am, and it's just, like, it's really cool. You know what I mean? It really is.
Yeah. Well, he has put together a great group of people.
He has, yes.
Look forward to seeing where he takes it.
Oh,
So,
it'll go far. I mean,
yeah.
like I said, I watched him perform in front of 14 people, and it turned into
Red
thousands.
Rocks.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like the limit does not exist with him. So
Right.
I already know.
Right. Well, we've got some cheeseburgers upstairs.
I'm ready to eat
Hungry?
that.
All right. I'm sure you're ready. That whiskey's been setting in for a minute.
Nah, man, this is light work.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm a
no.
big boy.
Then you're driving.
You're still driving. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, y'all got to
we're
make it
we're
home.
in Omaha. Like, I'm good. Like, if I'm in my own hood, like, I don't do it anyway. So, like, I'm not gonna be in foreign territory and be sitting here trying to do that shit.
Right. Right. I had a drink when I first got to the venue last night, and the whole way home, I'm still like, oh, sober as a bird, but like, where's the cops at?
You
Like,
still question it, and
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really had I ain't had a Billy game pulled over out here, so I really don't know how it goes. So at the end of the day,
yeah.
big facts.
Knock on all the wood.
It's
Shouts out Taebo and ISO, big facts. I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah,
so,
nah.
It's easier otherwise.
Yep.
And then that way, you know.
Well, I've got a CDL, so they cut my breath
Oh.
alcohol in half, so it's 0.04.
0.4?
Oh,
04,
shit.
yeah.
So I mean, I'm even like flirting with, you know, having that one drink 5
Yeah.
hours
Yeah.
ahead of time. I'm still like,
Yeah.
is it there? Like,
I didn't know they did that.
yeah,
That's
CDLs.
My dad's got a CDL too, but he don't drink at all. So
Yeah.
like that's not even a conversation that pops up. So
Yeah,
that's
I
interesting.
don't drink a lot. I had one last night. It's a birthday, like a celebration.
No, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
celebration,
hey,
bitches.
You have your
Yeah.
rights, man. Like, and then on top of that, like, I don't know. There's a balance for everything, you know. So it's like if you found your balance, and like you're good to
Yeah.
go, you know. As long as you can still be
I have like
better than the day before, at the end of the day, like you'll be all right.
maybe
you know?
5-6 drinks a month.
Last
That's
night was the
nothing,
first
dude.
time I
I work
drank
at a
this
bar,
year.
so like
Yeah.
I can't sit here and like
Yeah. No.
I'll be serving people, and then I get my own like fix in the
Mhm.
mix, and it's just like in my head sometimes I'll have my moments where I'm just in my head.
I will.
We'll be all lit, and I just like look at everybody. I was like, do you ever wonder? I'll kill the vibe because I'm like I'll be in my head. I'm like, do you ever realize like maybe we're just all just partying with a bunch of lost souls, and then everybody's like, bro, you're killing the fucking vibe, and I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm just like,
Sorry, let me get my pen
it
and
felt
paper
important
Tell
to me.
them to tune into a different frequency.
Yeah, I was like, we gotta start hiking instead.
Yeah.
guys. Like,
Bad.
like, I thought about getting a bike at Walmart the other day. Like,
You
we
can
can
start,
start on
you
doing
can
it.
start a frisbee disc team or
You
whatever.
know what I'm
Right,
saying?
volleyball.
Or golf, the frisbee golf, or
Golf.
whatever it's called. Whatever-
Which
I
is
don't know.
like great, right? Because like I we were talking about alcoholism, but at the same time I'm split into that. Like I work at a bar, so people are
Right.
like, oh, well, I don't drink, and I'm like, dude, you don't have to come up here and drink. Like
Right.
I will make you a cool ass drink if you want one. If you just want a soda, I got you.
Right.
Like I'll hook you up, dog, with something outside of that.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to drink to be up here to hang out. You
I
know?
worked at a door at a bar and I drank pineapple juice.
Hey, bro.
She
Pineapple
said you
juice
can have
solves
whatever
all
you
of life's
want. I'm
problems,
like, I'll
man.
take pineapple juice.
Right.
Oh, we ran out of pineapple juice. Let me change it. I'll be right back.
Yep. Well, sweet. I hope you guys have a safe travel home.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
for having us. I
Yeah,
really appreciate
no.
it. And
Thank
happy
you so much.
birthday.
Thank you
Thank
so
you, yeah.
much for
Yes.
coming and performing and putting down the best performance of the show.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
was dope.
You guys killed it.
Fuck
yeah.
Absolutely killed it.
Thank you guys.
All right, y'all.
Run it.
Come and jump in the ride, hop on the bus. We gon' slide, be outside when we pick you up. Take you to a place where you can open up your mind. Say what you gotta say.